Most Etsy sellers are spending time in the wrong places, thus hindering their success, hindering their traffic, hindering their sales, hindering them reaching their goals. Today, I want to break down where you should be spending your time, no matter where you're at in your Etsy journey, so you can get the most bang for your buck and have success a lot sooner than later. Let's go. And if you don't know who I am, LL, I help Etsy sellers start, build, and grow their businesses. If you want a super fun way to grow your business as well, get help, motivation, tactics, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, all that stuff, there's a link below. You can join the Etsy VIP program. All right, let's dive into this thing and break it all down so you know what to do, where to spend your time. So phase one is for people just starting their Etsy shop. They're getting ready to launch, or they just launched the last couple of months, or probably even within the last year, because you're probably not doing this right. So you need to recalibrate, what you're doing and where you're spending your time. So 90% of your time that you allot towards your business, it should be spent on listings when you're in this phase. You need to be spending the majority of your time on listings because this is how you will learn what works and what doesn't work. And this is how you will learn what to do in the future, and you got to put in the reps. It's like going to the gym. If you go once a month, you're probably not going to get that fit. If you go 4 times a week, you're probably going to see real results in the next 3 months. So that's the difference. The same thing with business. You got to put in the reps, you got to put in the effort so you can learn and just continue to get better and better and better. So 90% should be on listings. So and by listings, I mean new listings, so brand new listings. You want to focus the listings on your niche. I always talk about this. Contrary to what you hear a lot of other people say, I like to specify and basically focus on your specific niche. And then from there, drill down into product lines, because you're giving the algorithm more centralized data related to your target market. It's going to be a lot easier to get traffic and sales just from a data perspective if you really understand how SEO works. And I want you to be successful a lot sooner. So this is why I'm telling you to do it this way, because it actually works. So new listings, product line, niche focus. And then within your listings, this is why this is 90%. You need to be spending the majority of your time on pictures, because pictures are, especially your first picture, is your thumbnail. This is what people see first. This is what has to attract buyers. So if you get the SEO right, which is the next thing you should be spending 90% of that time on, if you get the SEO right and your listing is popping up, if your picture's not good, people aren't going to click into it, and that's just going to kill the performance of that listing. So, it is a combo. It's a 1-2 punch. Pictures, SEO are very, very important, and your pictures you have to practice because you get better and better and better. It's usually a lighting issue. It needs to be blurry. It needs to be cropped better. So there's a lot of things that you can do there with pictures, but that needs to be the majority of your focus. And then from there, the other things that you need to be putting in that 90% is product research, researching new products to bring to market within your niche, within those product lines. And then the last one is making the inventory, because a lot of you, especially the handmade sellers, have to make the stuff ahead of time. Don't make a lot of inventory. Run lean and mean, but you need to make at least one item to take pictures usually. So that's what you have to do. So that's the 90% of your time. That's where you should spend all your time, because I see so many shops that have been up for 6 months and they have 2 listings, 3 listings, 10 listings. You're never going to get enough data to the algorithm to figure out what works or what doesn't work with that small of a sample size. So a lot of it is a numbers game, but you can be strategic with what you're doing as well. So the other 10% is everything else. This is production, fulfilling orders, which if you're just starting, you're probably not going to be getting a lot of orders, which is fine. This is what you're working towards, and that's why your 90% is the way that it is. The other 10% is improving your shop, making tweaks to your banner image, shop sections, making sure you're continually to adding them and making sure they're there, but also improving them and making sure they look good, making changes when necessary. And then marketing and content, the top end of the funnel stuff, which you're not going to be spending very much time on that at all, or at least you shouldn't when you're just starting, because you really got to get your shop and your listings good. You got to get your path, you got to get your plan going. And then once you start getting organic sales, then if you want to do some marketing and content to drive traffic, you can do that. But that's why it's a very small percentage when you're just starting off. of what you should be spending that time on. All right, before we dive into phase 2, I have something for you. The second biggest thing that people struggle with besides time is Etsy SEO. So I have a free SEO guide for you that goes in depth on SEO strategies and best practices so that you can apply them right away and get more traffic, get more sales at the end of the day. If you want that, type SEO in the comments, or if you're listening to the podcast, look in the show notes and I will send you over that link so you can start using that stuff right away. All right, phase 2. This is for people that are a little bit more established, been around a little bit longer. Maybe you're starting to get a couple of sales here and there. This is how you should structure your time. So still, the majority of your time, 75% of your time should be spent on listings, because without listings, your shop is not growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying. You need to always be focused on a consistent listing strategy. I will continue to say this until I'm blue in the face or wearing a blue shirt, as I am now. I'm gonna always say it because it's a lifeblood of your business, of any business. You got to continue to put inputs in there to get the outputs that you want. So 75% on new listings. That's, again, focused on product lines. Maybe you're doing some new product lines for your niche. More of what's working is another element that I want to add to this. By now, if you're more established, you should be able to see what is bringing in the most traffic, what is bringing in the most sales. Okay, use those breadcrumbs. Do more of those things that have been proven to work. So many people just kind of continue to shoot in the dark. They've been around a year or two. They have products that are selling, but then they do completely different things. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So if you want to capitalize on that success, even if it's not sales, even if it's traffic, that's telling you something. It's telling you it's getting interest. Maybe you're just missing the mark slightly. So put some more stuff out there related to that, and maybe you'll hit a home run. Again, pictures, continue to focus on those pictures. SEO, continue to make sure you're doing the SEO research, keywords, putting in those the proper SEO in your listing so you can get the most bang for your buck. Product research, again, is an important part of this. Now, I'm going to add in here, since you've been established a lot longer, fix underperforming listings. You can start to do this. New shops don't have to do this because they don't know. It's probably not enough time. But if you have a listing that's been up over 6 months or a year and it's underperforming, okay, we need to tweak that. If it's not getting traffic, it's probably an SEO problem. It could be a pictures problem. If it is getting traffic and no sales, then it's some other type of issue. There's a problem. There's confusion in the listing. Something doesn't make sense. People are perceiving it as low quality, low value, things of that nature. And then the last part of this still is making inventory for those new products, those new listings, because you got to make, if you're a handmade seller, you got to make the stuff so you can take the pictures. So that's part of it. Then we're going to bump the second part of this up to 25%. Outside of the listings, the rest of your time is going to be spent on production and fulfilling orders, because you should be starting to get more orders. So you're going to have to dedicate more time to that. Improving your shop, and then top end of the funnel type stuff, marketing and content if you want to start to drive traffic outside of Etsy. Is it completely necessary? Do you have to do it? No, but it is something that some people may want to take advantage of, and there's a lot of strategic ways that I've talked about in the past that you can do the top end of the funnel, content creation, marketing to drive traffic outside of Etsy, other than the SEO stuff that you're doing inside of Etsy. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 is for the veterans out there, the shops that have been around a couple of years that are getting decent sales here and there. I'm sure it's probably not what you want, which is why maybe you're listening to this podcast or this show. But this is for people that have been around a little bit longer. So 60% is going to be spent. We're going to bump this down to 60% on new listings. So the same things that I've talked about before. It's just a little bit less time, because if you're more established, you don't have to go full throttle as much on the listings, because you have a really good, you should probably have a decent product catalog already. So 60% is going to be spent on new listings. Again, if you want to do new product lines, more of what's working, pictures, SEO, product research, fix more of this time. So since you already have probably a good amount of listings, more time is going to be spent fixing underperforming listings, because you have a decent amount up. And then making the inventory for the new listing. So within that 60%, some of those numbers are going to shift a little bit more because you have that product, those product lines built out. You would probably have hopefully a couple hundred listings by this point. So you're gonna have to do some cleanup on the back end. You can't just keep putting up new stuff and not cleaning up the back end and tweaking or getting rid of the junky listings that aren't performing. But you gotta be careful. Don't go in there and delete a bunch of listings. Be strategic about it, because that's gonna hurt your shop too. That's still giving the algorithm data, even if those listings aren't getting sales. So we still have to be strategic about what we're doing with those underperforming listings. Now, 40% is going to be for the rest of our stuff. By this point, you should be getting decent sales or sales every week, even if it's a couple. So your production and fulfilling orders is going to be more of your time. Outside of that, the majority of your other time is going to be for improving your shop and marketing and content. By this point, you may want to start incorporating some content things, some marketing things, top end of the funnel, which is going to be more time. Do you have to do this? Absolutely not. Maybe you want to keep those percentages to what they were in phase 2. Maybe you just want to do 75-25 again, and you want to focus more on listings SEO in Etsy itself. That's fine. You don't have to do outside marketing, but you can. A lot of people do. They find success with it. A lot of people do it and don't find success with it. A lot of people don't mess with it at all and just focus within Etsy. Etsy's getting a ton of traffic. You just have to figure out how to leverage that traffic to your advantage to get that traffic to your shop. So that's a lot of work that needs to be done there. So you don't always have to go outside of the platform. But that's how you should be spending your time. Again, the common theme here is regardless of what stage you're in, you have to be continuously working on your shop and continuously adding new listings so you can figure out what works, follow those breadcrumbs, and continue to iterate on it, improve on it. And then that is how you're going to grow, by those consistent actions and those strategic actions, because we have limited time. We don't want to be wasting time doing things that don't matter. That's why I wanted to do this episode, because a lot of us waste time. We're in the weeds, we're in the minutia, myself included. So we have to take a step back and be like, is this going to get us what we want, or is this wasting time? That is it for this episode. Hopefully that helps you guys out. I'll be back with some other stuff soon. If you like this, like, share, subscribe, all the things. Have an amazing rest of your day.